Okay, so I'm quickly going to show you a couple of quite basic and quick changes actually. One is detail, which is one of the options we haven't explored so far. So this drop-down menu for detail um, will allow us to look at sharpening, noise reduction, and color noise reduction. Generally, I prefer using this to those settings we have in basic: clarity, texture. I tend to find them a little bit too heavy-handed, whereas sharpening is a bit more subtle. So I can turn that sharpening up. I could bring it all the way up to 150, and we will see a difference. Now, whether you'll see that much of a difference on a on a YouTube video quality stream, I don't know, but as I turn that off and on, should be able to see a bit of difference, especially around, for example, her eyelashes, which are quite a lot sharper with that sharpening turned up. Might ease it off a bit, but it's a subtle change, but it is adding just that little bit more sharpness to the image. So that's one way to sharpen an image. The only downside to it is once again a global change, and we can make these changes a lot more subtly to individual parts of the image, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. Another thing that's quite fun, we have under effects, we have a grain effect. If you want to try and give your photograph a sort of slightly more film-like quality, um, really useful shortcuts, by the way, are Control minus and Control plus, which zoom in and out. And sometimes it can be better to actually kind of get up close and see. So there's no grain on that left-hand image. I've put quite a lot of grain on the right-hand image. And yeah, we're getting something that it's a little bit more sort of feels like it was shot on film, so you can play around with grain. And another effect is vignetting. Again, you're probably familiar with this from um, Instagram. Vignetting, I'll zoom back out because vignetting happens at the edges of the image. This slider will either add a white vignette or a black vignette. Now, subtlety really is crucial here. I might try just bringing a vignette down at really, there I am at sort of 13 and feeling like that's enough. Don't want any more than that. I can um, change the midpoint here. If I bring that out, it's going to disappear. If I bring it down, it's really going to widen that vignette. I can change the roundness and the feather. But probably don't need to do that much with those. I've just got a subtle little vignette effect. So that's one to play with and decide if you like, and obviously turn off if it's not something that you do want. So I think for now, because optics, geometry, and calibration, they're powerful tools, but we don't really need them right now. I think that just about covers the basics of raw editing. There's just one last thing I'm going to show you, which is how to use adjustment brushes to um, make localized changes to your image. And I'll show you that in a final video.